have to figure out what the reason is for your build. So make your build, just make your build applicable to what your vision is. What's up, guys? It's your boy AB, back with another video. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully the content that you're seeing on the channel is something that you enjoy. If you haven't subscribed already, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any further content on this bad boy right here. And of course, I got two other vehicles that I've got to do some maintenance on, so you don't want to miss information that I'm passing on that too, because I do a lot of DIYs. So check out my DIY Wednesday playlist and more of that to come. And like I said, just go ahead, if you like the content, smash the like button and subscribe. Now, with that said, I got this mic on today because it's a little bit windy out. Trying to get used to wearing it, period. And monitoring my voice level because it's right here. So I'm gonna kind of move that down a little bit just because it's actually pretty sensitive. So I'm gonna, that's all right. I'm gonna leave it like that. I was gonna reroute it. Let me reroute it. All right, there we go, much better. Very good mic, by the way. It's a Boya lavalier mic, something I definitely needed, because as you're moving your camera around, especially if you got a some type of boom mic or zoom mic on your camera, like I do on my Sony, then if you're not in front of it where it's directional, then you kind of fade out a bit. So this has been doing pretty good. I'm in the garage, man. I need to straighten this garage out too. Goodness gracious, all this stuff back here. My bike is just collecting dust. I need to ride this bad boy. That's my Schwinn right here I got last year. And that's a Mrs. Cruiser. She got two. She bad. She got two cruisers. Woo-wee. And look at that basket on here. Ha ha. Customize any ride. I had to do it. My bad. Shout out to Fly by GMoney, L Boogie, and the rest of the crew on Customize Any Ride podcast that you can find on YouTube. So check them out. Fly by GMoney. He's done my hoodie that I normally wear with the Euro Auto Enthusiast on there. So that's the guy that made that happen. And man, meeting those guys in Dallas, of course I've already met him, but meeting the rest of the guys and then just understanding the principle of just making what you own yours. When you buy a house, you make it yours. When you live in an apartment, you make it yours. When you have your own office or your own desk at work, you make it yours. You put pictures of your family around you. Hopefully you do, but you put pictures of your family around you, or maybe things that you like. If you like ponies, unicorns, Smurfs, whatever, you know, you make it yours. So yeah, the missus made that hers. You know what? Let me get this heavy box. Oh my goodness. Didn't realize how heavy that was, and you heard it. So we're talking about customizing rides. So why did I customize my M3 the way that I did? And I realized it wasn't just for looks. If you've been watching the last couple of videos, definitely go back and watch them if you're not or haven't. If you've been watching the last couple of videos, I've talked about this M3 has become a track build. Now, I have kept in mind the modifications that typically are done to this car. I owned this car for about a full year, maybe longer, before I really did anything. There was a couple of things that I did do to it pretty much immediately. So let me show you what they were, because it wasn't anything that was cheap. So I put a little money into it in the beginning, and if you've seen under this hood before, there's the big V8. That's the plenum for it. There's some work to get under there, but I got videos with all that stuff in it. But here's the Macht Schnell Stage 2 intake. So that opens this thing up. The engine itself is constricted, and now the box itself is made very, very well, the way the air flows in. But when I went with the Macht Schnell intake, you see these little scoops right here. Those are scoops. This car doesn't come that way. Those scoops are put in. I'm going to probably take them out and paint them, maybe not. That adds more directional flow of air into the car. So this car does have a little bit of a whine or whistle. People think I have a supercharger on here. I don't. It's just it got opened up when I installed the Stage 2 intake and the underdrive pulleys. And those underdrive pulleys, it changes the diameter of the pulleys and allow for more power to be sent from the engine to the drivetrain. When you talk brake horsepower, when you hear somebody say, or you see specs on the car of what the horsepower rating is, this car is rated at 414 brake horsepower. So that means the immediate power coming from this engine at a certain RPM, it reaches 414 horsepower. Now, that isn't all transferred to the rear wheel. This is rear wheel drive. It's not all transferred, so you lose some at the drivetrain. You lose some from the accessory drive, the pulleys and the belt. All of that gets transferred through the drivetrain, which is your drive shaft, to the rear axle, and then that's the power that you're putting down. Because you got a transferring of that, there's a certain percentage that you lose. That is a standard used in the industry. So that leaves me to be at about, from factory, more so pushing about 360-ish horsepower at the rear wheel. Maybe my numbers might be a little off, but I want to say it was around 350, 360 brake horsepower. Now, doing those modifications allow for me to gain some of that horsepower back. You don't add horsepower by doing those things. You just gain some of the horsepower back that the engine already makes. So the build itself pretty much was around allowing for this car not only to be fast, but to be stable as I add more horsepower so it can put the power down. I'm on stock suspension. We got suspension coming next. This is the ride height of this. Right now it's not loaded down with anything in the trunk, but that's the ride height. And I want to say just the suspension has settled over the years to that. I don't believe that was the original ride height. This is the original ride height on this. We do need to get that lowered. I do have some suspension issues going on right now, so I need to find out what's going on with it. I'm actually taking the car into the dealership for a multi-point inspection free of charge so that they can tell me what's going on. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to see if they pinpoint it, and once they tell me what's going on, then I will determine if I want to do a whole full-on suspension transformation with maybe doing a coilover kit, or if I just need to replace those parts, replace bushings, and then do lowering springs, maybe H&R or something like that. So we'll see what I'm going to do with the car. But the engine here is going to get beefed up. All right, we're going to do something with that. We're going to talk more about that. I've got more horses pushing out of this thing. We've done the exhaust. That's been done. All right. Trunk, hood, all of that was replaced. This car had hail damage. All of that's been taken care of. Real quickly, let's get inside. You know, here are the little tidbits of things I've done. The Autotechnic paddle shifters that I ordered from, or I got from I&D Distribution. The M button, that was the first cosmetic thing I did inside. And then we got the, oh, you know what? I take that back. No, I didn't do this one. I did the red start stop button. That was the first thing I did. And then later I did this ring, carbon fiber ring, that goes around it. That's pretty much it. Everything else is, for the most part, stock. There's the module for the Armatrix exhaust. So to bear in mind, those were the things, honestly, that I did because of the vision I had for the car. I really didn't know if I was going to track this car, but everything that I've done to it, it lines up with tracking the car, and that's what I'm doing now. It's a track build. When you customize your ride, man, honestly, do what you want to do. You will, in turn, find out maybe you did something you absolutely didn't care to do, and you just changed that down the road. Don't be scared to do stuff to your car. With that said and done, another thing that I did, the whole reason I pulled this box out was to show you, here are the cats. These things are effing heavy. Oh my goodness. And you can't see inside there, but inside of those cats is material that basically filters out carbon monoxide from the engine. In the process of doing that, though, the car doesn't breathe as well. The engine doesn't breathe. So therefore, your transferred horsepower, you're already losing right at the caps. So this helps open that up. In order to win any race on the track, you've got to be able to take and make use of all the horsepower that you have and that you have gained or added, force induction like turbo or supercharged, in your engine. So that was the first move that I had been wanting to do for a while. Anyway, the Evolve test pipes, aka down pipes, had already been ordered. Finally got them installed after the trips that I made to Dallas, and here we are. Here we are. This is, let's see, are we at oil temp now? We're at oil temp, and this is what it sounds like. And I'm going to go ahead and hit we're going to put it in power mode, so MDM, and now the throttle response is ridiculous, so you get to hear what's going on. So listen to this. Not gonna lie, that just scared the shit out of me. Oh, that was a little much to be in this apartment complex this early, but that's what it sounds like now. So that's the power getting put down. It sounds amazing, looks amazing, and I love everything about the build of this car. There's a few other little cosmetic things I will do, but it's not that important right now. You have to, as I almost trip over this box, you have to figure out what the reason is for your build. So make your build, just make your build applicable to what your vision is. If it's a show car, then do the things that you want to do to it to make it a show car. Because I promise you, while this car looks good, it's not a show car. It's not winning any medals at a car show. Now, the exhaust contest, definitely I'm in contention with that now. I didn't have that done before I went to Dallas the first time, BMW Invasion. So guess what, guys? Stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to have to come through and compete and take me a trophy this time because I missed out. But this is not a show car build. Again, looks nice, but this isn't for show. It is for performance. So it's aesthetically pleasing, I'll admit. I love this car. And some of the, there is an exterior mod. You know what? Let me do this for you for those that don't know. I stand by those words from you, Fly by GMoney. Customize the ride you drive, and I have done that. Hopefully, I've done you proud, bro. But that's my build. That's the purpose of my build. And again, you're going to see more on this build to come because something's happening in here. Something's happening with the suspension, and something's happening with this whole car. So stay tuned, because there's something happening with this M3 that's going to be epic, that you guys are going to love. Come along for the ride. Once again, if you haven't liked this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the epic build of the E92 M3 track car, track edition. Woo-wee! E92 M3 track edition, TE. That is what's up. Oh my goodness. That is what's up. This is the E92 M3. So it's EAE-TE. You're Auto Enthusiast Track Edition. God dang, boy. Oh man. I'm just having fun with this video, guys, so don't mind me at all. With that said, stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. I've got some DIYs coming up on this car and definitely on the F10 5 Series. Got to get that taken care of ASAP, but I've got some DIYs coming up, so if you're missing seeing DIYs, I just posted one last Wednesday. Go check that out. But there is more DIYs to come, because the more I own this car, the more work I got to do to it. But this track build is going to be something epic, so stay tuned for that. I won't be in it. My hands won't be getting dirty by itself. I'll show you what's coming up with that. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you to my servicemen and women that are serving, my fellow veterans and active duty members. Big salute to all of you. And as always, guys, you know what to do. You know what to do. Keep driving.